For most of human history, the sky was not a place of freedom. It was a place of fear. Long before airplanes, long before science explained flight, people looked up and believed something enormous was watching them from above. Shadows crossed the sun. Winds howled without warning. Entire storms seemed to arrive with wings. And across every culture on Earth, the same idea appeared again and again, that the sky was once ruled by monsters. But what if those stories weren't exaggerations? What if some of the most terrifying flying creatures from myth were not born from imagination at all, but from memory? Tonight, we're counting down 12 mythical flying creatures that really existed. Not legends, not metaphors, but animals so vast, so alien, and so powerful that encountering them would have felt supernatural. And the closer we get to number 1, the harder it becomes to separate myth from reality. At number 12, it begins over the open ocean. Sailors from ancient cultures told stories of razor-beaked birds that followed ships for days. They didn't flap, they watched, they circled, and when they descended, their beaks looked like weapons. Those stories were dismissed as fear at sea, until fossils revealed Pelagornis. This creature looked like a bird, but its beak was lined with bony, tooth-like spikes sharp enough to grip slippery prey. Its wings stretched nearly 24 feet across, wider than many small planes. Pelagornis didn't hunt like modern birds. It barely flapped at all. Instead, it rode ocean winds the way albatrosses do today, staying airborne for days, maybe weeks without landing. To ancient sailors, a creature like this wouldn't have looked natural. It would have looked engineered, a monster designed for the sky, and the mystery still lingers. Just how long could something that large stay aloft without ever touching land? At number 11, we move inland, where legends spoke of giant birds that could snatch animals, even children, from the ground. In North and South America, these stories became warnings. Don't wander alone, watch the sky, because something enormous hunts from above. Those legends may trace back to Pterosaurs. Pterosaurs was a massive bird related to vultures, knowing wingspans over 20 feet. But unlike scavengers, it was built for power. Long legs, heavy bones, a skull designed not just to tear flesh, but to strike. Scientists believe it spent as much time on the ground as it did in the air, stalking prey before launching with terrifying force. Imagine standing on open land and watching a shadow pass over you, one so large it blotted out the sun. The question scientists still can't answer is unsettling. Did early humans ever stand face to face with this bird while it was alive? Number 10 brings us to one of the most dangerous birds to ever exist. In Maori legend, stories speak of a flying killer that could strike from nowhere, lifting prey with talons like knives. For years, this was thought to be symbolic, until Haast's eagle. Haast's eagle was real, and it was brutal. Its talons were the size of a tiger's claws, capable of puncturing bone instantly. It hunted moa, flightless birds weighing over 400 pounds, diving from the sky with enough force to kill on impact. Humans lived alongside this predator, and evidence suggests it sometimes hunted them too. Cave paintings and oral traditions describe sudden attacks from above, skulls crushed, bodies dragged. When something like that exists, fear becomes history, and the chilling mystery remains. How many human encounters were never recorded at all? At number 9, the legends grow even larger. Across ancient cultures, stories speak of sky giants, creatures so vast they seemed to eat the sun as they passed overhead. Those stories may have been inspired by Argentavis. Argentavis was one of the largest flying birds ever discovered, with a wingspan exceeding 23 feet. It was too heavy to flap continuously. Instead, it mastered the wind, launching from cliffs and riding thermal currents for hours without effort. Its beak could kill with a single strike. Small animals would have vanished beneath it without resistance. To early humans, watching Argentavis descend would have looked like the sky itself coming down, which raises a strange question scientists still debate. How often did this creature actually land? At number 8, we find something even stranger. Not a giant, but a mystery. Yichi looked like nothing alive today. It had bat-like wings stretched over elongated fingers, combined with feathers and claws in a design that seems almost experimental. Yichi proves something incredible. Flight didn't evolve once. It evolved many times. Nature tried different blueprints, and some of them failed. This creature could glide, maybe even fly short distances, but its design vanished completely. And that leads to a haunting thought. How many flying creatures once ruled the skies, only to disappear without leaving stories behind? Number 7 blurs the line between bird and dragon. Microraptor was small, but revolutionary. It had wings not just on its arms, but on its legs as well. 4 wings, feathered and functional. This animal likely glided between trees, ambushing prey from above. In ancient myth, creatures like this became sky spirits, messengers between worlds. Microraptor shows us how easily reality becomes legend. And scientists still argue, did it truly fly? Or was it something caught forever between falling and soaring? Before we go further, if you're enjoying this journey through forgotten skies, now is the perfect moment to subscribe. These stories don't live in textbooks. They survive because people choose to keep them alive. And the deeper we go, the more unsettling the truth becomes. At number 6, medieval art begins to make sense. Small dragons with long tails and leathery wings weren't inventions. They may have been echoes of Rhamphorhynchus. This pterosaur had a long, stiff tail and membranous wings that made it incredibly agile. It likely hunted at dusk or night when silhouettes distort and sound disappears. A creature like this swooping silently overhead would feel unnatural, unholy. The mystery is not whether it inspired fear, but just how silent its flight truly was. Number 5 takes us to the giants. Azhdarchid pterosaurs were not just flyers, they were walking nightmares, standing as tall as giraffes on land, with spear-like beaks and wings built for launching massive bodies into the air. They didn't live only in the sky. They hunted on land, stalking prey like living cranes before unfolding wings wider than city streets. Ancient cultures didn't imagine sky gods out of nowhere. They remembered beings like this, and scientists still puzzle over one impossible detail. How did something so large even take off? At number 4, size turns into power. Hatzegopteryx was shorter-necked than its relatives, but far more dangerous. Its skull was thick, reinforced, and capable of crushing prey outright. This was not a passive glider. It was a predator designed to dominate entire ecosystems. To anything watching from below, it would have looked invincible, and the question remains unanswered. What could possibly resist an attack from something like this? At number 3, we reach the creature most often compared to gods. Quetzalcoatlus, named after a feathered serpent deity, and towering over humans when standing on land. Its wings stretched up to 36 feet. It walked, hunted, and then flew. No modern animal compares. Dragon myths align almost perfectly with its silhouette, which leads to a deeply uncomfortable question. Did humans ever truly see one of these alive? At number 2, the line between animal and deity vanishes. The thunderbird. Across Native American cultures, it was said to control storms, summon lightning, and shake the sky with its wings. Thunderbirds may not have been a single species. They may have been memory, passed down through generations, of massive birds like teratorns, condors, and extinct eagles. When thunder follows wing beats, stories are born, and the mystery endures. How long can oral memory preserve a truth before it becomes myth? And finally, at number 1, the creature that proves the impossible once flew. Pteranodon. With its massive crest and sweeping wings, Pteranodon ruled the ancient skies for millions of years. Hundreds of fossils confirm it wasn't rare, it wasn't unique, it was dominant. If dragons existed, this is what they would have been. And even now, one final question refuses to go away. Were there even larger flying creatures that left no trace behind? Because the sky keeps its secrets well.